Got a little problem today. I got a bulk fuel tank in the back of my truck, and it's the second time this has happened. I got water in it, and it came from Northern Tool. I've got all the fittings and everything. I'll show it to you here. You know, I use tape, you know, your plumber's tape on all the fittings and stuff, and I know they make stuff for this petroleum proof or made to use with around fluids such as oil or diesel or whatever, but you know, anyway, I didn't really figure it mattered. That's what I had, but I keep getting water in my fuel. And so the first time it happened, I took it all apart, retaped everything, made sure everything was nice and tight, and I put this fuel water separator on there. Well, happened again. And water in the fuel and these machines, water and fuel is bad to begin with in anything. But so my light came on, water and fuel detected. Come back here, water fuel separator, screw that out, water pours out. Then you start, you know, you can use this primer bulb or just let it drain or whatever, get all the water out and keep running. So I've done that a few times. The light came on twice, but I kept periodically stopping and draining water, and I feel like I've got it all out. I've got the tank run all the way down low. The last time I drained that, only a few little drops of water came out with it. I mean, it was almost immediately diesel fuel. So I feel like I've got it out of the tank, and the fuel that is in my bulk tank is treated with Bobcat's fuel treatment. It's supposed to help with water, but you know, you don't ever want water in a fuel system. It can just cause all types of problems. And so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get that water out of that fuel tank and get some fuel in the machine so we can keep going. But the way I'm gonna do that, I've got this 12-volt auxiliary fuel pump. This is an Edelbrock, but it came from, I think it came from AutoZone or something. And I just wired some long leads on it. So what I'll do, I got the tank propped up where all the water at the bottom will come and settle down here. And I'm going to drop the hose down in, and we're going to see if we get any water out. I actually think what I'm going to do, instead of trying to get the water out first, is, since that tank's about half full, it's not really propped up that steep, I think I'm going to transfer some fuel first into the machine to cut down on some weight. And as long as you draw it off the top, all the water settles to the bottom in fuel, obviously. Fuel's lighter than water. So, as long as you're drawing off the top, you're getting clean fuel. So, that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to pump some off, try to get this down, try to get this emptied out because I got to clean it. And I've also got a clean out in my fuel tank that I put in the last time I got water in there. And it's at the front. You know, there's no good way to get in there. I drilled a hole in it where I could stick this down in, and actually I couldn't get any water out of the tank. Like it must not have been much that was in there, but I tried for hours, moving the hose around everything. I pumped the whole tank dry, and didn't really get any water out of it. So what I'm going to do, instead of going through that route, I'm going to let that fuel water separator do its job. Hopefully there's no damage to it. To the machine injectors or injection pump or anything like that, which, you know, it's not like it was running a 50-50 fuel water mix. So we're going to start transferring a little bit of fuel here. So I got it wired up, pumping fuel in there, but you know what, this is way too slow. This is painful. I got it propped up on the wheel well there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and see what kind of water I can get out of here. So let me set this thing up. I got to put this stick on there. I got to tape it on there so I can make it rigid to go down where I want. But let's see if we get any water out of this tank. Would have been nice if I would have decided to do this first before I went and got diesel fuel all over it, but I don't think it matters. Gorilla Tape's good stuff. It works way better than your regular old duct tape. Plus the wood's dry, so. And I got to do this so I can get it all the way down, because this line's just, it's not rigid enough and it wants to curl, and once it goes down in that tank you can't control where it's going. So we'll go ahead and have this rigged up in no time. Alright, there she is. Shove her down in there and get the water out. So I got it all the way down. I can feel it hitting. It's all the way down there. That's the lowest point. That's where all the water should be. And so let's put the camera over here. Not near close enough to the machine where I'm hooking this ground. Yep. Definitely some water in that. I don't think it's much though. I think I probably pumped most of it out already. Probably got a good bit of it out of there when I filled the machine up. Sorry I don't have a clear cup, but could definitely see when it started coming out that there was water down in there. Let's see if I can find another cup or something to pour this into. Show you. All right, well it's really hard to see down in there, but there is water in it. Like I said, not a lot, but I got to figure out why this tank's leaking. I know it's rainwater getting in there. I'm not sure where. One problem I had getting water in the fuel. Yesterday I had to mess around and get that out. You know, use a little pump, lean the tank up, drain it out of there. Been draining the fuel water separator in the machine, and I think I got it all out. You know, I ran a couple hours yesterday and drained it, and just had a few little drops of water came, and then it was fuel. Still kind of trying to figure out where that's coming from. I'm wondering, you know, this hose, it's got a little tiny crack. You guys can't see it, but there's a little crack right there, and you know, this is a long shot, but when it rains, being in the back of the truck, you know, I need to get a shut-off nozzle. This is just cheap junk, but and I always drain this hose. You know, before I fuel my machine, I'll drain it in a bucket, just to, you know, maybe give it a turn or two and run a little fuel in a bucket. And I use that for brush piles and stuff, but any contaminants that may get in there between me fueling and So that, even if there was water in this hose from riding around in the truck getting rained on, it should have come out. I'm just still a little bit baffled. It's just hard to believe around any of these joints anywhere that there's any, you know, sizable amount of water going in this tank. But, you know, I got to get it figured out because, you know, I know, especially newer machines, with anything, you don't want water in your fuel. That's just bad news. And this fuel water separator, it's got some gunk down in it. I'm gonna drain that before I start pumping, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. I have a lock-in fuel cap, so eliminates anybody trying to tamper with it. So I know nobody came and dumped a bottle of water in my fuel tank while I was gone. I can find my stuff. I always, you know, this is Bobcat's all-tier diesel fuel additive. Cleans and prevents injector deposit soot and sludge. That's what I'm after. Fuel economy and horsepower, I doubt it. And boost cetane numbers, whatever. I'm gonna dump this in there. I know a lot of people probably say, oh, you don't need that, that's for winter time, whatever. And probably, I don't know. I like to do everything I can to prevent any problems. You know, it's easy to spend a little bit of money up front and try to prevent some stuff than to have a major failure. Not that this is going to prevent a major failure, but it makes me feel good. It's not that expensive. All you do, you squeeze this. Well, if I had that cap on, but since I'm putting it all in there, because, you know, it treats, this bottle will treat 1 ounce treats 8 gallons. Treats a lot. It says it on here somewhere. Whatever. I can't find it anymore. But I know I read it somewhere. It treats a lot. Because 1 ounce treats 8 times 16, you do the math, that's a bunch. And pour it in there before I put the diesel in. I'm making a mess because I got 2 openings there. That was dumb. Open one at a time there, genius. And I got the old hand pump here because a buddy of mine, Mike, said, you know, go with the hand pump because you never know, those electric pumps, you can spend a ton of money in it and no more than you're going to be using it. It's going to fail and it's going to be a pain in the butt, but the mechanical pump, as long as you got 2 arms or 1 arm that work, it's not going to fail. And no more than you're using it, go with the hand pump. Well, he's right. Still sucks, but he's right. You know? Yeah. Kind of neat watching these filters work. I can bring it down here and show it to you. It's got some gunk, a little bit of water in there. It's sometimes pretty scary to see what actually has the potential to go in your fuel tank when you think that, oh, it's all nice and clean. Set it up so you can watch the diesel fuel waterfall. There we go. Alright, Mike, get the pump away. And the other thing I need is I need to put a different valve on there, or nozzle. You know, I need the shut off nozzle, because you know, you can hear that thing start to fill up, and that's generally what I do. I just listen for it to start to get full, and it'll gurgle in there, and then I know not to run it over. But if machine's running or truck's running or whatever, you can't hear it, and next thing you know, you got fuel spewing everywhere. But yeah, so the theory is all the water and stuff will settle down there, and not go in your tank, and your filter will get out all the sediment and particles, and you know, when you're done, some of that stuff will settle down to the bottom and you can drain it out. But and this machine doesn't hold a lot of fuel, so this really isn't that bad. But I like to complain, so. And I'm only going to run maybe to about 1 o'clock today. I got a 5-year-old and a wife at home, and I've worked a lot this week with work, and then after work coming out here and doing this and running till dark and getting home late, and he's already in the bed asleep, and getting up early and before he's up. It makes it tough, you know, when you're working 2 jobs or working a job and then trying to start a company, start a business. And you know, when I bought this machine, I didn't intend on starting a business. My intention was to, you know, to get it and use it around my farm, and you know, I had a tractor and I can just do so much more with this, and I got I got some property I want to clean up, and the tractor just couldn't do it. And you know, at my old, you know, the family farm, my dad, he's got a lot of stuff, and you know, this was just so much better suited for all that. And I knew that, you know, well, you know, if push come to shove, I could make it pay for itself, doing a few odd and end jobs here and there. And then, look, see, well, that is why you need a shutoff. Crap. Yeah, we got to do something different here. We got to do something different here. No bueno. I don't know what that means. Sounds like not good, but that's what it was. Not good. Quit being cheap. Just buy the correct stuff. You know, if I keep doing that, the amount of, over time, the amount of diesel that I spray all over the back of the machine could have paid for a nozzle. Take a lot, but you know, I don't know how much those things are. I'm sure they're probably not terribly expensive. Wipe all this down, because all it's going to do is attract dust, and I hate dust and dirt and grime, but it's part of it. One handy little thing my 5-year-old did, and I saw him do it. I was standing right there, and he was in the truck, and he opened the back window and he threw a brand new roll of paper towels out. And I don't even know if y'all can see me or not. Probably wasting my time. Huh? Can. Kinda. But he threw this new roll of paper towels out. Yeah. And we got to doing something and I forgot. In the back of the truck. Well, it rained, and you know, they're all right. Definitely not ideal for sure, but way better than nothing. Way better than nothing. Okay, we got our chock full of fuel. And ready to go.